So today we are going to make this self-service laundry sign using the reverse weeding technique. Now in order to make this, this shiplap style sign I got at Target in the dollar spot. I'm not sure if they still have them there, but you can use any sign that you want to do this. The design that I chose comes from lovesvg.com. There will be a link to their website in the comments. This design uses 3 colors. I chose black, a dark gray, and then a lavender. You'll need your vinyl, and I use Oracle 651 permanent adhesive vinyl. And then you'll need some form of transfer tape. I use the Duck brand Easy Shelf Liner in clear. You can use clear contact paper. You can use Cricut brand transfer tape. You will also need some masking tape, a pair of scissors, a weeding tool, something to burnish with, which can just be a scraper or an old gift card or credit card. I used a lint roller, and then you will need anywhere between 1 to 3 standard grip Cricut mats. I use 3 because of the 3 different colors, but you can always do 1 at a time and take turns. So I hope you like this video, and be sure to like the video on YouTube and subscribe to my channel for future videos. Thanks. Okay, so to get us started, we need to upload our design. Now mine's already uploaded, but I'm going to show you how to upload it. So you click upload image, go to browse, find your file. Mine's right here. I'm going to choose the SVG design file, and I'm going to open it up. And this design I got from Love SVG, and I have a lifetime license, and so I like to put that in the title when I save it, just so I know where it came from and if I have a license to use it just personally or commercially. So I'm going to go ahead and save it, and then I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to insert that into my canvas. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the size. The size of my canvas that I'm using, well, not my canvas, but the item that I'm putting this onto is 10 inches high by 8 inches wide. Now this item isn't exactly, it's more of a square, so I'm going to make sure that the height is no more than 8 inches. But you know what? That makes it wider than 8 inches. So what we're going to do here, I don't want it to be the full 8 inches wide. So I'm going to change this to be 7 inches high. So then it's going to be less than 8 inches wide. So that will definitely fit on the item that I'm putting it on. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color of just these leaves here, because I'm not going to make them in that tan color. So I want to kind of see what it's going to look like. So over here, I selected both of them because they're grouped. So I selected the title of the grouping, and then I'm going to go over here to the color, and I'm going to change it to like a lavender color, which is what I'm going to make it. Okay, now what I'm going to do next, I'm actually going to zoom out so I can have a couple of duplicates on here. So I'm going to, I have a Mac, so I'm going to click Control click and duplicate, and then I'm going to do that again, so Control click and duplicate. And now what I'm going to do to make sure that I am able to cut all the things in the same color exactly as I want them, I'm going to, for this one, I'm just going to have everything that's black. For this one, everything that's gray. And this one, everything that's going to be the lavender color. And then I'm going to either click attach or weld just to make sure that it stays exactly as I want it to be cut. Okay, so for the first one, I'm going to hide the lavender leaves. Okay, so I'm hiding those. Now I'm going to hide, so I'll do the lettering first. I'm going to hide everything that's going to be gray. And so for color sync, I'm just going to look up here. The things that are gray are the dots and the banners. Okay, click on this. That way I know that I'm hiding the right one. So hiding the dots. And then I'm going to find that banner, which is right here, and hide that. Okay. So what I want to do then is click attach, because those are all going to be black and I want them to stay cut out just like this. All right, so for this one, I am going to leave the gray but hide all of the black and the lavender. Okay. So we're going to hide this and those. Okay, so that's just the gray. I'm going to click that and click attach. And now I'm going to hide everything except for the lavender. Okay, and I'm going to click attach. Okay. Now I should be ready to click make it. So let's go ahead and see what happens when I click make it. Okay, so exactly what I wanted to happen happened. We have self-service laundry open 24 hours, all in order the way it's supposed to be. We have the dots. They're not separate, you know, and just how the best way to fit them on here. They're exactly as I want them on my design. And the same thing with the lavender. They are spaced out exactly like I want them for the design, and they're ready to go. Now, since I am not using heat transfer vinyl and I'm just using permanent vinyl, I do not need to mirror any of these. So I am going to go ahead and click continue. And when I am looking for the correct, let's see, I don't, oh, we want premium vinyl. That's what we want. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and load, put my vinyl on my mats, and I'm going to load them and go ahead and cut them. One thing that we're going to want to do before we put the vinyl onto the mat is we're going to want to look at what size we need to cut the vinyl to put it on the mat. So to be safe, since it extends beyond that 6-inch line, even though I could push it over to the side. I mean, if you want to be really risky, you could probably do 6 inches by 7 inches and just shift it down. I like to have a little bit more of a cushion, so I'm going to do 8 inches wide by 7 inches tall. Same thing for this one. I'm going to add a little bit of a cushion, so I'm going to do 8 inches by 4 inches. And then for the lavender, I'm going to do 8 inches. 3 inches I could probably do, but to be safe, I'm probably going to do 8 inches by 4 inches. I know that's a little bit of wasted vinyl, but for me, peace of mind, knowing that I'm not going to cut this and have part of it be missing, I would rather have that peace of mind. So I'm going to cut those and I'm going to put them on my mats, and then I'm going to go ahead and make them. Okay, so here I have the sign that I'm going to put my design on. I have my paper trimmer and I have my 3 colors of vinyl. So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to get my black. And I said I was gonna make this 7 by 8. So I always like to make, unless, you know, one side is longer than 12, I like to cut based on the shorter size. So we're gonna cut 7 inches this way, leave more on the roll, and then I'll cut 8 inches. So I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna slide this through and line it up with 8 inches and cut that way. Okay, I find it leaves less waste. So I have my black cut. Okay, and then I know that the vinyl is going to, the lavender is going to be 8 inches by 4 inches. So I'm gonna put 4 inches through here. And then again, I'm going to slide this through for 8 inches. Okay. Another reason why I like to have extra is that sometimes my cuts aren't that straight. So that way I know I'm gonna have plenty. Gray is also 8 by 4. So we're gonna slide this through. We're gonna do 4 inches. And 8 inches. Okay. Now I'm gonna go get my mats and we'll put them on and get ready to cut. Now I have 3 standard grip mats. You might not have 3. It's okay to do it one at a time, but I do like to have them ready so that when it's time to put the next color in, I just go ahead and put in the next mat. So I'm gonna go ahead, and one thing that I find helpful is if this end is stickier than this end, you can absolutely flip it up, use this as the top, and put it through. It'll still work just fine. So I'm gonna start with my black, and I gotta remember that it's gonna be taller than it is wide. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that down. Make sure it's secure. Okay, so there's my black. Let's see. They're both about the same, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put this one up there. And now, for the last one, this one does not feel quite as sticky, but I think that if I do it upside down, it will be best. Okay. All right, so my mats are ready. Let's go ahead and cut. All right, I have my computer ready. I've selected premium vinyl. Now I'm going to go ahead and load my mat into the Cricut. I have my fine point blade ready to go. And we're gonna go ahead and press the cut button. Okay, we're gonna unload the mat. I'm gonna load my next mat. And press cut. Okay, we're gonna get ready for our last mat. That would be our lavender mat. Okay, get ready to load the lavender in, making sure that it is underneath the guides. Flatten it down a little bit and press cut. Okay, and with that, we are done cutting all of the pieces. Now it's time to start the weeding process. Okay, so the point of this video is really doing reverse weeding. So, which is basically taking your transfer tape, which as you can see, I have Duck brand Easy Liner that I'm using. You can use contact paper, you can use Cricut brand transfer tape. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this on the project first and take the backing off, and then we're going to weed it. That way things like small letters and, you know, a dot of an I stay exactly where you want them, and you don't have to go chasing after missing pieces. The only thing that's tricky is that when you turn it over, it's going to be sticky, and it can stick on itself. I have ruined some vinyl that way, but I have some tools to help me. I have my weeding tool, and I have some scissors to cut away some vinyl. I've got some tools to use for burnishing. I've got an old gift card and this scraper that I got from the Dollar Tree. So those are some things you can use for burnishing. Okay, so this time I may have made it a little bit too big. I'm gonna cut it down an inch or two, just so it's not super huge. But I do want it to be bigger than my vinyl. So I'm gonna take that away. And now I'm going to peel the backing off of my transfer tape. And then I'm gonna go ahead and place it carefully on the vinyl. I'm gonna do a little bit of burnishing there, but then I go ahead and burnish. Again, that's with the scraper. You can also use an old credit card or gift card. And okay, so now take this off. And this is where we've got to be careful. So the backing came off easily. That's good. And I like to try and stick this to my mat. I might actually go get some tape to try and stick that down. So I have taped down my transfer tape in hopes that it will help me to do this reverse weeding. So we're going to start by peeling off the negative space vinyl here. All right, so the majority of the negative stuff has been taken off, and now I just need to go back. But I do recommend using the tape because it kind of acts as other hands to keep the transfer tape in place and giving you the ability to weed and not worry so much about the vinyl sticking to itself, because like I said, I have had that happen and ruined vinyl and had to recut a project because of it. So now I'm just going to go ahead and weed the little pieces, and then I will get started on putting this on my sign. Okay, so now I'm going to set this one aside for right now, and I'm going to go ahead and weed these normally, because these don't have quite as intricate details nor as many Although they are giving me a little bit of trouble. Let's see. You know what? It's because I need to burnish them onto here first. Let's see if that will help them to stay in place. This is one that could possibly have used reverse weeding, but really it just takes a little extra care. And just to make sure I don't mess up, cut away that vinyl. Alright, so that one has been weeded. Final one to weed. This one should hopefully be the easiest of all of them. So those have been weeded. Now I'm going to get the pieces of, let's see if these are big enough. Well, this one I can cut in. I don't want to cut that in two because I want to keep them in place. So let's see. That should be perfect. Sure to burnish those on there. I'm gonna set that aside. Okay, and let's get this ready. Okay. I have my lint roller here. I'm just going to make a few swipes here. Make sure there's no dust on there. Okay. Now, we're going to just goes down there, so let's see how far. I think we just want to center this. So was trying to make sure that the lines wouldn't interfere with the design too much. Make sure to burnish it plenty so that it will stick. So let's see if that is sufficient. Okay. All right, so this vinyl is having a little difficulty staying, so I'm having to kind of give it a little helping hand. See, it just okay. One layer is on. Now we're going to get the next layer on. Do some burnishing. Have to be careful. Some of these letters are going to want to come up again. Okay, one more layer to add on. Okay. And really, I can be a little bit flexible with where this goes. Based on my own personal preference. I'm still going to need to be careful as I'm pulling this up that self-service stays where it's supposed to go. And there you have it. So we used regular weeding for the vinyl and the gray, and we used reverse weeding for the lettering in black. And now we have a nice sign to put up in our laundry room. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see other videos like this. And there will be a link in the description for where you can go to get. So again, lovesvg.com is where I got this design. There will be a link in the description to take you to their website. Thanks for watching and have a great day.